Hey everyone, you're listening to the PRISM podcast, episode 6. Your hosts for this episode are myself, Juice, and my co-host,
Toast.
Toasty. Welcome back,
Hey.
Toast. Alrighty, we have a few things to promote before we invite our guest on. So we have my birthday stream tomorrow.
Happy birthday, Juice!
No. Birthday stream tomorrow. We will be doing a glam comp. You can still sign up for that if you want. We'll be doing a house tour. And I'll be dropping my cover of Dawn Trail with Ren Belmont and Husky by the Geek. Yeah, that's tomorrow.
That's so exciting.
And then after that we have a 80s karaoke night on April the 4th, I believe, at 8 p.m. AEDT. And then we have JJ Airlines, which is an RP event that we're currently preparing. So stay tuned for that. We have Maro. Cool. Yeah, we have Maro and Nook's Country karaoke night on April 25th or 26th. I can't remember.
21st.
21st. April 26th. April 26th.
26th.
Yep. And we have the Materia concert, which I believe the date has been moved. So it's no longer April. Yeah, it's no longer in April. It's going to be sometime in May, I believe. And then we have Boulevard Queer, which is happening end of May. And Prismatica, which is like the Valentine ball, but disco themed. So stay tuned for that. Toast, did you have anything you want to promote?
No, well, all I knew of Prismatica was a disco ball, so that's very exciting.
Yep.
I actually haven't got anything to plug to this time.
That's all good.
Other than you should be watching PRISM and like and subscribe, all that jazz.
Like and subscribe. Okay.
If you're listening from YouTube, like and subscribe.
Yep. Sure. I mean, yeah, if you want. Toast, how have you been?
Good. Been very, very busy getting the Materia trophies finalized.
Yeah.
Finally packaging them up and shipping them out, and they look incredible.
Yeah, they look amazing.
So our apologies for the massive delay. I hope that our award winners enjoy what they receive and are proud to display the Materia Award trophies. They're incredible.
When you receive them, please take a photo and send it to us, because
that's what I forgot to write on the little card. Dang it.
Oh. Well,
oops. Well, we'll just send them a message.
Yeah, we'll send them a message. Yeah, would love to see it. See that it's arrived safely, and in your hands. Because
definitely,
it's amazing, and I wish I had one myself. Anyways,
it's it's taken, like, no exaggeration, it's probably taken like 100 hours, maybe more, of cumulative time just to try and get them up to snuff and sorted, and there's just been so many roadblocks and hiccups along the way that have absolutely derailed progress multiple times, but
you know what,
finally sorted.
You know what, from what I've seen, Toast really puts a lot of effort and like wants it to be as good as it can be, so I think everyone will appreciate or like waiting the time that they've waited for it. So yeah, thanks, Toast, for doing that. Yeah,
you guys don't deserve less than the best, so do what I can.
Yep. Okay, without further ado, let's invite our guest for today's episode, Big Kobe. Woo! Kobe!
Hello, everybody. How are we doing tonight? We good? We chilling? Yeah?
Yeah, how have you been, Kobe?
Yeah. I've been good. Doing a lot of stuff lately. Playing other games, waiting for the next patch, mostly.
Yeah, did you
good to have a bit of downtime.
Did you watch the live letter?
I did. Ooh, I'm excited, I'll tell you that much.
Yep.
A lot of good stuff happening. A cult present got me excited.
What are you most excited for?
Well, the Savage Raids, of course. Let's be real. It all looks really good. But then, I was really, really surprised with the cosmic exploration.
Yeah.
I was expecting it to be a lot like the Ishgard restoration, and it sort of is. But they took a lot of elements from Island Sanctuary and took what they learned, what was good and bad, and they seem to have turned it into something that's going to be quite enjoyable for a lot of people. So
Yeah.
that's definitely something to look forward to as well. And then, of course, a month later than that, we have the new expedition zone with the relics and all that. So that'll be very, very enjoyable for everyone.
What's that called again? Occult.
Occult Crescent. Yeah.
Yeah, that's like
Everyone is looking forward to that one for sure. Yeah.
That's like Eureka, right?
It is. It's like Eureka and Bosja.
It's gonna be a great time. Cannot wait.
I've never done Eureka and Bosja, so I'm actually kind of keen to do that as like my first field exploration.
This guy.
If you've never been in one of those expedition zones on patch, it is the highlight of the expansion for many people.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's gonna be incredible.
Yeah.
Damn,
it's always just so much fun. Opposed to like going back and doing Eureka now when there's just, not many people there, or the same people there every day, Everyone is going to be in the new zone.
Yeah,
it's gonna be fantastic.
I definitely need to see what it's like when it's during its peak. For me, what I'm looking forward to most for 7.2 is the new tier. So I saw the video of like the disco thing. I was like, holy shit, this looks so cool. Yeah.
I saw that and I thought it was fake at first. I saw like just an out of context clip of the guy doing the disco thing, and I'm like, "There's no way that's a mod, right?" And then Yoshi P was looking at it. I was like, "Oh shit!"
I've been
Juicy's gonna be so keen.
I've been playing a lot of Yakuza 0 lately, just during this downtime period, and I finished 100%ing the disco the other day. It reminds me so much of that.
Perfect timing. Wow.
Yeah.
I think I know what you're talking. Like, I haven't played it, but I think I've seen clips of that specific scene from that game.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alrighty. So Toast, what are you most excited about?
For the new patch?
Yeah.
More MSQ.
Yeah.
I want to know what the hell's going on with this fake Speen.
Evil Speen.
True.
Yeah.
Why is there an evil Speen? She died. We saw it happen. Who's the fake? What's the imposter? Yeah. Alligans again? No.
Could it be an Asian, perhaps? Ooh.
Asians again.
Maybe. It's always Asians. Asians everywhere.
Always, right? But I'm not sure how it would be, so I'm just excited to see how they reconcile these story threads they've dangled in front of us so tantalizingly.
Yeah. We will see. And then we, of course, have the new normal trial coming out on patch day as well.
Yes.
With the extreme on the same day too. So we have a week to farm that before the savage raids come out.
Yeah. I'm really excited for the new patch. It's like lots of content. So let's get started with the episode. Kobe, for those meeting you for the first time, how would you describe yourself and tell us what you've been involved in within the community?
Let's see. How would I describe myself? I'm just someone that likes playing Final Fantasy XIV, really.
I'm just
I just like playing the game. I do just about everything in the game, really. I've completed almost every piece of content now. The one thing I haven't done is UCOB, which is a little embarrassing, but I just haven't done it. When I did Uwu, I did like a little challenge to see if I could beat it in one lockout, and I did do that. So I'm probably going to try that again for UCOB when I get around to it, but I don't know, it's just not a thing that's happened yet.
One lockout?
Yeah, I had a lot of gamers helping me.
Okay. Still, that's unbelievable. I still haven't done that, and I've done heaps of attempts.
Yeah. I think it's sort of like when you've done something like top before and you look back at UCOB was more of a puzzle fight in a way where... Uwu was more of like a puzzle fight where it's like... you have to collect the candies throughout the thing, or you can't clear it. Then once people
Mm.
solved that, it got much easier to
Yeah.
handle. So for me, it was just studying what I had to do, and then I was able to just kind of do that.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's just me. I just play the game.
So
I do a lot of achievement hunting and mount farming, minion collecting, all the stuff.
oh, you're a collector.
Yeah,
So
big
what
time.
communities are you also involved in? I think you might be in like the Materia raiding community.
Yeah, so I'm fairly involved, I would say, with Materia rating. I'm not like a mod in the Discord or anything, but I just make guides and then they post them there for everyone else to use as well. They're specifically made for Materia, although, of course, anyone anywhere can watch them and get information from them.
Yeah,
But
Mm.
I play on Materia, so it is
that's
always
awesome.
geared towards what we do here.
Yeah, I've definitely have used your guides for like what is it, Alo Island?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's a good one.
that's a really good one. And maybe like for M1 or M2, I think I also used your guide. Yeah, they're really good, and I really appreciate the content that you put out.
Yeah, thanks for that. And
Yeah, it's good.
back in the day when I did the Alo Island and Mount Rockon Criterion guides, I was doing all of that by myself. I still make the guides all by myself, like that's all me. But the process for coming up with the strategies involved is a
Mm.
lot more collaborative now.
Mm.
I'm
Okay.
always like in Materia rating or Materia Ultimate rating, like every day seeing what other people are saying, and it's like, oh, we could do this instead, or maybe
Mm.
this is better. A lot of people chime in. If anyone who's listening is like, oh, we tried this and it worked really well, everyone's always encouraged to go and be like, maybe this is an option. And I always read all of that, and then we decide what we're going to be using in PF, and that's what ends up in the guide.
Nice.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that's really good. I think we're gonna touch on that topic again later in the episode. But I just wanted to ask, is this our first time meeting?
It is, yeah.
What about Toast?
Um,
You and Toast?
Did I meet you at PAX? I think I might
yeah,
have.
we did see each other at PAX a little bit. Yeah, that
Yeah,
was my
the
first
FF
time at
dude.
PAX too.
That was incredible. Yeah, I think I remember talking
Yeah.
about that briefly. Yeah, that was awesome.
Last year's PAX?
Yeah.
Yeah,
24. Yeah, PAX 24.
yeah. It was
It's awesome.
a little strange for me because when I get there, right, it's like it was my first time in Melbourne in the first place, right? And
Yeah.
I fly down. It's 6 a.m. on the Friday of PAX. I go and get a Macca's and coffee to start the day.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And then someone's just walking past and like, yo, Kobe, is that you? I'm like, what the fuck is going on here, bro? I just got
it's
here.
crazy.
Damn, he's a celebrity.
I'm
Where's the paparazzi?
I'm
Oh,
like,
it's insane.
who are you? How do you know me? What's going on?
Yeah,
That's
It was
It's-
crazy. It was a good time. A
it's
really, really
amazing.
fun time. And I'll be flying down to Melbourne again next week for the Games Expo.
Oh, that's
Ooh.
awesome.
Not fun. Yeah, and then I get back on patch day.
Oh, nice.
Toast, are you going to that?
No, unfortunately, I can really only afford one
Oh.
Melbourne trip a year.
Yeah, that's fine.
So my next plan is PAX 25.
yeah.
So
I'll
be
be
good.
I'll be saving for that too.
Yep. I mean, if anyone else is there, I'd be keen to catch up. And if you're there, Kobe, it'd be sick to hang out again, man.
Yeah, for sure. Looking forward to it.
So I didn't I've never met Kobe before this episode, or so yeah, this is our first time meeting, but I have like, I've seen your content. I didn't even know you were on Materia, to be honest. Your guides were just something I searched on YouTube, like Alo Island guides, and I think sometime around let's say like a month or two after the first tier of this expansion came out, when I wanted to try Savage for the first time, I saw on PF like people saying Kobe strat, and I was
It's so weird every time I see it, man. I'm like, what?
yeah, and then I was like, oh wait, So this person's from Materia. Oh, that's so cool. Like they're making guides for our data center specifically, which is like really cool because I remember like when Materia first like opened, people were having like a lot of like conflicts around what
Yeah, they couldn't decide between like NA or JP strats.
Yeah. And
that is exactly why I started. Yep.
Yeah.
Now we have Kobe strats.
Now we have Kobe strats. Yeah. So
good.
For the next question, tell us about your journey playing Final Fantasy XIV. When did you start playing? And if you started playing before Materia, what server were you on?
So I first started playing the game in like 2013 or 2014, right? That was on a very, very old character that doesn't exist anymore. And it was my friend who introduced it to me. He got it with his PS4, so we just started playing it a little bit. And we were in high school at the time, so didn't really have the money for subs, all right? So then we just stopped playing for a bit, and then later on, I got back into the game a little bit, and then fell off again. I really started getting into it towards the end of Stormblood. I know I was there for the start of Shadowbringers, like I was caught up when Shadowbringers launched, and that's when it really started popping off for me. And then for most of Shadowbringers, I was sort of still fairly casual, you know, doing normal raids and alliance raids for gear. And then towards the end of Shadowbringers, with my FC, we started going through the Savages, the Eden Savages, and we made it up to the end of E7 before Endwalker released, right? And then this was all on Tombury as well, by the way, right?
Insane.
So I'm playing with lag. I'm playing Machinist.
Yep.
You cannot play that job with lag. It was horrendous.
I don't know how you did
But
it.
anyway, trying to play Ninja as well. I made Ninja and Dragoon for a bit, clipping your mooches all over the place. My goodness. But anyway, Endwalker released, and I did have a static with some other people in my FC at the time that were pretty good. And so we cleared P1 and P2 Savage on week 1, which was like really big for me, like crazy step forward. And then, if you guys remember P3S, you'll kind of remember what hell that fight was.
Oh boy.
That took us till like the 3rd week to clear, and then I think P4S took us a bit longer, but we definitely did clear it and have everyone in BIS before the end of that patch, ready for DSR. And then DSR broke that static.
Oh my god.
Oh man, that's terrible.
We decided to do it blind, and we got to phase 3. You know, our first ultimate being DSR, and that's a pretty hard fight.
That is incredibly
yeah. We got to phase 3 blind, which was it was great. But then life happened. Some people on static had like children, so they had to stop playing, and then everything else sort of just ended up breaking apart. It wasn't like drama or anything. It's just one of those things that happens.
Did you do it blind because there was no guide out yet, or did you do it just because for fun?
Kind of. We were able to watch the World First race and see what they were doing, right? And we could have taken that, but we were just doing it for fun, seeing how far we could get blind. Yeah.
Damn.
And then what really propelled me forward was when the second Pandemonium tier came out, because I cleared P5, 6, and 7 Savage in week 1, which was a lot of work. And then, I mean, I couldn't clear 8 because that fight was too strong. Like it just had too much HP, and people weren't letting Machinists play the fight. You had to play Dancer, or you weren't allowed to play the fight.
Oh, that's not very nice.
Yeah, and then they nerfed it like a week later. But then I went on holiday, so I didn't end up clearing it till like week 6. But it's still probably my favorite fight in the game to this day.
Nice. Just speaking about raiding, what is like the earliest memory you can remember where you felt like you had to genuinely study for it?
where I had to really study for something, it would have been, I mean, E1S. I definitely had to study for E1S as my first Savage fight that I did.
Mm.
It wasn't like a hard study thing. We were still using the Toolbox website at that time, which was not great. So it was more annoying to study, but it wasn't like a difficult thing to study for. It was just like, this is where I stand for this, and this is where I stand for that.
Yep.
The first fight where it was like, this is a big study check, I need to know what I'm doing exactly, was probably I want to say E3S, which is Leviathan, because that is a fairly heavy debuff fight in certain points where it's like, it just spews debuffs onto everybody. You need to know, I get this debuff, I need to go to this place depending on my timer as well. Yeah.
Toast, what about you?
Me? Oh, ooh.
Ooh, that's the earliest?
The most study I've had to put into a extreme Savage Run real fight is Uwu. I mean, I did do a bit of work on E12, I think it was. But that was like unsynced, so all I really needed to know was how to survive the strats just in time to get to the second phase, rather than trying to do it synced. Yeah. All my statics and raid parties tend to fall apart after a few attempts, which is very frustrating.
That's very unfortunate, yeah.
Yeah, but for Uwu, I managed to get up to Titan, and then the jails were kind of the wall.
That's the big prog point. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jails, always jails.
Yep, could handle it right up to jails. So it was rough that we had to put it down for a while.
What's the fight with the shadow dog thing?
That would be E10.
E10. That's the earliest memory for me where I had to actually study for it. I couldn't get my head around like the shadow, like the left and
the
right
shadow cleaves.
Stuff. Yeah. It took me so many runs to get that. And then I think the next fight was, I think P9S. Is it the blue guy with the towel, like
Kakaitis, yeah.
Fire and that one.
The soccer ball limit cut. Yeah.
Yeah.
Those fights, like I actually had to like study like I had to watch guides. I had to like get people to draw diagrams for me. And I didn't clear until like my 20th run or something like that. Yeah. That's
awesome
me.
though. You still got the clear.
Yeah. But ratings hard for me, so that I kind of just stopped. But I did enjoy honestly, it. I really enjoyed it though.
It's not my strong point either, but it's good.
It's one of those things where you put a lot of time into it to get better, and then there's a sort of, I guess, inflection point where you've seen things before, and then in a new fight you see it and you're like, oh, that's like that mechanic that I've already done before. Right? And you're able to take that and extrapolate it really quickly and be like, so then we should do this to handle it.
I think I feel like if you've reached that point, then you're definitely like an experienced raider. Because I've never had that situation happen before.
I mean, that's part of the reason they reworked a lot of the older Realm Reborn and Heavensward content, was to give the bosses mechanics that are more like appear in more modern fights as well.
Yep.
Like with stack.
Yeah, they optimized the markers to be more modern with like the gaze marker, which you see very often nowadays. They went and put it back on a bunch of the old stuff.
True. Yeah. Alrighty.
I think that was really cool. Yep.
Yeah. So what do you think sets Savage rating apart from Ultimate rating, other than its difficulty?
It's not even difficulty, to be honest. Like some of the Ultimates are definitely just harder mechanically, right? Like top is just a straight up brutal fight. through most of it. But it's the amount of time that it takes. These are 20-minute fights with things that you need to constantly be on track of, whereas a Savage is just like 8 minutes. So it's more than twice the length with things happening much faster. So it's not even like this is a harder mechanic, because it's still kind of similar stuff where it's like, this is a stack mechanic, this is a spread mechanic, and you just do that. But it's like you have this, and then immediately after you have this, and then immediately after you have this thing. Boom, 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 for 20 minutes versus Savage, where you have more downtime between stuff and just much shorter.
Yeah, it's just back to back, non-stop.
For someone who's never done Ultimate before, what do you recommend as their first?
Let's see. Most people would be like Uwu, because it's the easiest. That's the ultimate weapon. Ultimate. Most people would say that because it's the easiest. I kind of disagree, because I think it's a bit boring now, in my opinion. Just because it's so outscaled with current food and pots and whatnot. It is not hard to meet DPS checks or anything in that fight. You just have to do the mechanics correctly. And I don't think the mechanics themselves are interesting enough to give the fight longevity. I think if you want to do your first ultimate, it would be T. T is just a very, very fun fight. It's still not very, like, super hard. It's in that realm of easy to get into, easy to understand, but it's just fun the whole way through.
Nice.
It's got a banger of a soundtrack.
I'm gonna keep that in mind and do my first do my first ultimate T.
Yeah, when you get to like phase 2 and you get the brute justice music playing and just bopping the whole time.
The dream.
And then you see the transition to phase 4 and you're like, perfect, Alexander is here. It's just so sweet. Versus something like Uwu, where the music is good, but it feels very disjointed in places, I would say.
Yeah.
Whereas Tosh, you would know that Garuda and Ifrit, they're not really challenging, right?
No, they're pretty straightforward if you just know where to stand.
Yeah, exactly. And then you get to Titan and it's like, oh, now you're at jails, there's a wall.
Yeah.
But T kind of has moments like that. It's like phase 2 is the hardest part in the fight, but it doesn't matter. It's just fun.
Yeah.
And almost everyone will agree that it is just straight fun. Even if you've done the fight 30 times, you still just have fun every time you go in.
Sweet. Damn, that's good to know. I'll definitely keep that in mind for when I do decide to try Ultimate for the first time. I don't know why.
Don't start with top like me. That was my first ultimate. Don't do that.
Oh, okay. Is top really hard?
Yeah.
Okay. People listening to me asking, is top really hard? As if I don't even know.
He's got no idea.
What? Like it's hard? No.
I've done it quite a few times now, and so it's like when I'm doing, I'm like, oh yeah, it's not that bad. You just go and you do this, and then you go and do that, right? But now it's been a while since I've done it, and I look back and I'm like, yeah, that is actually really hard to do. Phase 6 especially, which is the final phase, it's just brutal and punishing the whole time. If a single person makes a single mistake, you're wiping it 18 minutes in. It's just...
Oh boy.
Yeah, it's just punishment.
That's the one where there was like so many debuffs that people couldn't get their buffs, right?
Yeah, so
like it hit the max limit on amount of different buffs, debuffs you could have, and then you just couldn't get more buffs.
We had to turn off our FC buffs because they count towards the buff cap, and we were missing Astrologian's Macrocosmos.
Oh my god. Oh, that's insane.
And you would see screenshots from like phase 3 where it says ley lines dodged, and the black mage can't use their ley lines because they were just hitting buff cap.
Oh no. Prick. I don't know how you'd balance all that nonsense. That's insane.
Yeah, there's a lot going in, but it's, again, you break it down bit by bit.
Yeah.
Tackle it one part at a time, and eventually, after a long time, you get it.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Okay, it's time to play our first game, guys. Guess the impression. Woo! Alrighty, so I'm going to DM each of you a
Yes.
name or something to do an impression of, and the other person will have to guess. I'll start with
Okay.
Toast first.
Oh, Juice is about to get his revenge.
Yeah, I'm gonna get my
I'm gonna be
revenge.
so bad at this. Let's give it a go.
It's okay. At least it's not a T-Rex.
I'll give you an easy one first, Toast. Okay, here you go.
Oh, okay. Just need a moment to compose myself, or I'm gonna lose it laughing. Oh, thank you very much.
Oh, Elvis Presley.
Yeah.
Nailed it.
Damn, you nailed
Yeah,
it.
we did it.
Nice.
I got it.
That was so quick. That was actually so good, Toast. Nice.
Oh,
Okay,
thank you very much.
here's yours. Here's your one.
Let's see.
Got
And
this.
you can curse, by the way. You can curse.
Let's see here. It's fucking raw.
Gordon Ramsay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nice. All right,
that's great. Well done.
Toast.
Fucking raw. Yeah.
Fucking raw. Where's the lamb sauce?
What are you? An idiot sandwich. Oh, jeez. I've had a bit of a long cough, so I apologize if I end this in a coughing fit, but I'll do my best. Oh. Right, okay. Getting dizzy just thinking about it. Nay.
Oh, Oriente. Am I right? Oriente?
No. That should have been a
You
bit
gotta
more.
try harder than that, Toast.
It's a horse.
Yeah.
Are you a horse?
Thank you.
There we go.
I thought I'd get away with it, but no. Nay.
That was very good. That was a very good horse, yeah.
Thank you. With horses. Crazy.
At the next intersection, please turn left.
Is this Siri? Or just generic Google Maps voice?
Yeah, I guess you could say that. Yeah.
Navman?
You can take it. Yeah.
GPS.
Navigator,
yeah.
GPS voice.
Yeah. Nice. That sounded legit. Alrighty. Here's Toast. You can get this one for sure.
For sure. Crikey. You look at the stinger on that beauty. The teeth.
Oh, it's Steve Irwin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Very nice.
Wow.
You guys are
She's
blazing
gorgeous,
through
mate.
these real fast. I should give
Bloody
you guys harder
beaut.
ones.
All right, there'll be harder ones, surely.
Here you go.
Hold on. Let me
Yeah, when you're
pull
ready.
this up real quick.
No rush.
Here we go. How very glib. And do you believe in Eorzea? Eorzea's unity is forged of falsehoods.
Oh
Its
my
city-states
God.
are built on deceit, and its faith is an instrument of deception.
Holy.
Incredible.
Who was it?
I'm
Toast?
inclined not to answer just to let you keep going, but this guy's got bailed on.
Yeah.
Amazing. That was
Nice.
brilliant. Well done,
That
Kobe.
was so
I'm
good.
champion of Eorzea.
So good. Righty. Toast.
Oh, incredible. All right. Okay, like that's pretty open ended there, Juice. Do we need to make it a bit more specific, or are we just gonna go for it?
Just go for it.
All right. Oh, so many different directions. Go.
Wait, actually, no. Let me edit that. Yeah.
All right.
Okay. There you go.
Thank you. Okay. I may be the worst pirate, but you have
Captain
heard
Jack
of
Sparrow.
me.
Yeah, there we go.
Easy.
Why is the
Perfect.
rum always gone?
That was perfect.
Nice.
There you go. I practiced that one.
Alrighty, Kobe. Here's your next one.
Oh, I can't do that at all.
Oh,
I'm actually physically incapable of doing that. I've tried.
it's not a T-Rex, is it?
I can give you a different one if you want.
Yeah, no, I'm actually physically incapable of doing that.
Okay.
Ooh,
I'll give that one to
okay.
Toast instead.
All right,
Trust me.
no, that's fine. That's fine.
Trust me, I have tried.
He's playing the trade card. All right.
Here's your one.
Go!
Huh? As he started.
Yeah,
Oh,
he
right.
started. Yeah.
Go!
Oh, Homer Simpson.
Yeah.
There you go. Perfect.
I wasn't sure if that was a no or a do.
Yeah.
Do.
Toast. Here's yours.
Incredible. Oh. Okay, give me a sec. Hang on, hasn't Kobe already seen this one?
Hmm?
If you've swapped
Oh
it
no,
and
that's
he's
not the
already
one.
seen
That's
it.
not the one.
Okay, good. I just did a quick reference. It's been such a while since I've... All right, we gotta get that gravelly voice going. What they love more than a hero is to see a hero fail, fall, and die trying.
Oh. Wait. Why does that sound like Emperor Palpatine? Wait.
Not quite. You can't do this to me. I started this company.
Oh.
You know how much I sacrifice?
Oh my god.
Oh, why am I drawing a blank?
It's okay. It's an old one.
Oh, wait. No. I know. It's,
Oh.
fucking, what's his name?
Oh.
It's Norman Osborn from Spider-Man
Yeah.
1.
Nice.
Yes. Amazing.
That was great.
That's brilliant. Good job.
It was right there. It was on my brain. Yeah.
Kobe.
Nailed it.
All right. I'll be back. Wait, is that the worst one I've actually done ever? Val, put the cookie down now. Put it down.
Oh my god! Wait,
There you
that's so
go.
That's
good.
beautiful. That's so good.
I'll
Say,
be
Get
back.
to the chopper. Get to the chopper.
I'll get to the chopper now.
Get to the raid party.
Oh my god! You guys can both do it.
Hit the ready check.
Do it now.
Pull the aggro.
Oh my god!
Why is there a tank buster on me? What are you doing? No.
Okay. Toast. Here's your last one.
Can I get Rez?
Yep. Shit. All right. Oh, okay. All right. Oh boy. I don't know if I could do this one, or at least do it any justice.
Surely.
Okay.
You're
hang
better
on.
than person.
Yeah. But it was all like, you know, I don't even remember what he said. It's been so long. All right, I need a reference.
Hmm.
I need a quote or something. Otherwise, I just don't know what to say. I can't.
You can say.
Yeah. No, I was going to. Oh, it's so hard. Okay. Arigatou gozaimasu. Final Fantasy XIV のプレイしていただきありがとうございます。
Yeah. All right. Is it Naoki Yoshida or
Yeah.
is it Foxconn? Yeah.
Yeah.
One of the two.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy XIV director producer.
Supposed to say thank you for playing, but anyway.
Please look forward to it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Here's your last one, Kobe.
Let's go.
Go.
Let's see. Is that cheating? Oh.
Oh.
You know what? I'm gonna do it. It's 100% cheating, but I'm gonna do it.
Okay.
This is
Alright.
Thancred.
Oh, wait, that's cheating.
I think he's got Thancred.
Is
it-
that
could it
is
be?
cheating? Could it be?
Is Kobe Thancred?
I don't know. That was that was
That's
100% cheating,
that's
but it was a Thancred quote.
That's
I'll
pretty
take
spot
it.
on. Yeah.
Yeah. It's an accurate Thancred quote. You're not wrong.
Yep. Sweet.
Amazing.
Alrighty. Thanks for playing. We'll move on with the.
Oh,
the
boy.
interview. Right.
Okay.
Kobe, you've been listed
Yeah.
as a key contributor to the Materia raiding community, helping shape the OCE raiding scene. What was the inspiration behind what you do, such as content creation? And did that come first, or did you have to make video guides for them?
Let's see. I would say I was always interested in content creation, and I mean, I've always sort of done it in channels that no one will ever find. Hopefully. But the inspiration for my guides just came from wanting to produce good resources for raiding in Final Fantasy XIV and get more people on board. And it was sort of touched on earlier about how when Materia came out and there was so much discourse from people from NA and JP and EU all coming over, and it was just sort of a melting pot of everyone, and so everyone was just sort of like, no, we do it this way, or you get the old NA waymark dance, right?
Yeah.
Where they put waymarks down and it's like, all right, so if you were in like party 1 you could stand here, and it's like a pain in the ass. If you were playing on JP, it's like use macros, right?
Yeah.
And when that all started, a bunch of people didn't enjoy that very much. It made it much more annoying for us. And then there was another little known YouTuber by the name of Hector Lectures. I saw his content. I was like, that is a very good way of producing that type of video. It's probably still, in my opinion, the best method of showing off the information. But a lot of people also used to complain about Hector, like, oh yeah, well, no, it's not an optimal strat or whatever. And I was like, well, I kind of play the game a lot. Maybe I could do something like that too. Really?
Yeah.
If you remember back in like Dawnblood or even Shadowbringers, the way that guides used to be made was just like over footage of the game. Like Xeno and Mr. Happy still do this. They just have footage of the game going, and and then they just sort of say what the mechanic is doing over the footage. And for a lot of people, that's just not a very good way to learn. They like seeing the different possibilities and diagrammic view versus all the spell effects going off in game.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think Hector helped a lot of people get into the high-end scene by making it much, much more accessible for people.
Mm-hmm.
Even though some of the older strats that he was using just weren't as optimal, or better things came out afterwards, right?
Yeah.
And so, yeah, when I was watching that, I was like, I can probably do that and maybe a little bit better, or specifically for Materia, because we always do things differently, slightly differently in some cases, but always a little bit differently.
Yep.
So when I was going through Anabasios, which is P9 to 12 Savage, with some of my friends, we were like, oh yeah, what if we made a video like Juno's seminar, right? And I'm like, yeah, that's kind of funny. And then I'm like, oh yeah, and I'll make Kobe's classroom. So yeah, my first guide was P12S, and I look back at that now, I'm like, oh god, that was so shit. That was such a shitty guy. But it was always about trying to create the best video guide that I could to get as many people into raiding and make it as accessible as possible. Yeah.
What do you think? Sorry, Toast. What is your favorite thing about Kobe's videos?
About Kobe's videos?
Yeah.
Whoa. Well, they're packed with information, which is really good. Fairly straightforward and clear to the point about what to be looking for and what to watch out for.
I think
oh, sorry.
I think I made one big change in Dawn Trail that I think has improved the quality so much. And people were in my comment section back in Endwalker, could you add this? And I'm like, that's a really good idea, actually. And so now I have the diagram view where I explain the mechanic and how it works and all that. And then after that, I show the in-game footage.
Yes.
Of
I was just about to say that,
well.
like in the Cloud of Darkness video that you sent me to watch, when we were looking at potentially doing Cloud of Darkness, the diagram views of what's happening like from above was really helpful in knowing who's supposed to stand where. I think that was really, really good. And then seeing it in action straight after that, and the POV view was also really, really good.
Very helpful. I was just about to say that was my favorite thing about your videos.
I get comments about that all the time saying this is the best way of doing it, and I'm really glad that I have a good method of doing that now. Yeah,
it's fantastic.
Yeah, I think it's helped a lot of people for sure.
You were just saying Materia likes to do things differently, so I was wondering, what do you think defines Materia's approach to raiding, and what sets it apart from other data centers?
So there's some very interesting statistics about Materia, actually, right? Obviously, we're a small data center. No one's refuting that.
We don't exist.
Basically,
wow.
On the world stage, we don't exist. Well, it's like, it's not on the world stage we don't exist, because even our top team came 8th in the world for free, right? So we have some very good players. And the interesting thing is, because we're such a small data center, population-wise, we actually have some of the best raiders in the world on our data center. So if you look at the clear rates, it's like Materia is actually ahead of NA in terms of population clear rates. Yeah.
Ooh, go Materia!
Wow. Go Materia!
Yeah. Which is kind of crazy, but it is all proportional. We have much less players that have cleared, but a higher percentage of players that have cleared. And we're 1% behind EU, I think, and then JP is 10% ahead of it. They go crazy over there.
Still insane when you think about it.
Yeah.
And then because many of our players are originally from JP, we also have that JP raider mentality versus the NA mentality, which is fairly different when it comes to rating.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure how to describe it, but JP and NA definitely do have different mindsets when it comes to rating. And so having had the JP mindset more prominent has definitely made us a little bit higher up there.
Mm-hmm.
And then because we are much smaller, we do have a much easier collaborative environment, right? Where someone can say, what if we try it this way? And then someone's like, oh, we could, but then this is a little bit better. And so then when I'm making my video, I can see all that and be like, this is the most optimal way, or maybe this way is slightly easier and you don't lose much uptime or whatever, or like a GCD of uptime to make the mechanic much easier for people to handle.
Yep.
And it's about taking that little bit of maybe damage loss, but making it a much more consistent fight, and just getting all of these different points of view and then really hammering in, this is how we do it. Versus something like NA and EU, where it's so large, right? That they have like Hector release a video, and then you have all of their PF is like, oh, Hector strats, but then Mr. Happy releases a video and they're like, Mr. Happy, right?
Yeah.
Or then they just post raid plans all over the place, like the Chaotic Alliance raid. They had like 8 raid plans going around.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh. No.
Right? So
They never
nobody
even
knew
had
what
to
was
learn
going on.
three different
They're referring
raids.
to strats by the URL of the raid plan. Right? No one knows.
man.
No one knows where they are, what they're doing. It's just it's a whole mess.
Yeah.
So because we're so much smaller, we're able to be more condensed and more practical about it, and just be like, we have our one strat worked out early. This is
Yep.
what we're doing.
Now we all just use Kobe strats.
And so it gets locked in, and then it stays with that for the entire tier. Versus just we're using Hector. We're actually using EU strats, which is like this, and then someone else is like, wait, you guys aren't using raid plan? Like 14 pulls in, and it's like, it's just a mess over there.
Yeah.
Righty. Then,
Wow.
yeah, I actually really like that about Materia. Definitely a lot easier to navigate the guides and stuff when we only have yours, I guess.
Yeah.
And
Exactly.
yeah, it's better for everyone, especially like Party Finder, when everyone only understands your strats.
And then on top of that, we also have the website and the Materia rating, Materia Ultimate Discords, where once I release my video, I try and put all the information in there so that people understand the mechanic. And then after, if things change slightly, they're able to look at the website or the Discords and just be like, my position is actually here instead of there in the video, right?
Yeah.
Because once I make my video, I can't change it, right?
Yep.
That is just how it is. But we have the Discord and the website for small, minor adjustments, if there are any, as well.
Awesome. That's really good.
I'm curious about something. What's the difference between Materia rating and Materia Ultimate rating? Like,
they're just different Discords, but it's all the same people.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's just Materia Ultimate rating has all the resources for the Ultimates, and Materia rating is for Extremes, Unreal, and Savage. It's all the same stuff, though. Like, all the same people.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay.
That's cool.
Yeah.
It's good.
So for
I just love that there's...
Oh, sorry.
So I was just going to say, I just love that there's so many awesome creators doing so many awesome different things for Materia, with like all the different niches of content that there is. Like this with rating, it's just awesome to see. So yeah, I just really appreciate all the work that you put in for Materia.
Yeah, I feel like for me, it's just because I did it first, but someone else would do it as well, you know?
Yeah.
So speaking of your Kobe's Kobe's classroom. So what's like the creative process when making a new guide?
Well, like I said at the very start of this, I just like playing the game. So the first step in that process is always I just go in and do the fight, right? Always. And some other people that make guides don't actually do the fight themselves. They watch like world first races
Yeah, right.
and get the info from that. I think I like playing the game, so I go and do that, and then afterwards I can go and make the guide, right? And so I have that experience of actually being in the fight and doing all the stuff versus just watching someone do it. So I get that bit more practical experience. But then I'm employing a bit of a newer process for the upcoming raids. Because we have that 1 week break before Savage releases, I'm able to use that time to get all the resources I need to make the guide. So then when Savage releases and I do the fights, it'll be much faster for me to end up producing it. Because I don't have to go and do the fight and then be like, okay, now I can go and get all the resources and be scrambling. Because I'm sure you guys know, the first person that makes a guide is pretty much gets the most views on it, right?
Yeah, of course. As with any kind of content,
yeah, there's definitely a balance to be had between quality and speed. And I'm going to try and use this week of time before Savage to get everything I need. So then when it comes out, I can make it fast and still have the quality that I try and get.
And so then, when you're saying to get like all the resources and stuff together, you're not referring to food and pots and stuff. You're talking about like, videos.
I'm talking about like arena assets and boss images and attack images.
Okay.
And all of that stuff, debuff images. All of that stuff. So then I can already have that ready to go. So then when it's time to go, I can just be like, bing, 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 bong, put it in its place, done.
Making diagrams and stuff.
That's so good. Get them ready. Hell yeah.
Have everything ready to be able to make it. And so start off doing the fight. And I always record it when I'm doing the fight or I'm streaming it. Then I can look back and watch it and just go, second by second, pretty much be like, this is the attack, this is the attack name. Write down some quick notes on the side. If there's debuffs, put a timer up for it. And then I start positioning. I don't want to go into what programs I use to do all that, right?
Okay. For sure.
But yeah, then it's just I end up just basically animating the whole fight, right?
Yeah.
And then from there, I can script it out. And usually while I'm doing all animations, I always do the animations first before like scripting. It just seems to work better for me because then when I am doing the animations, I'm thinking to myself already, it's like, this is what I'm going to say at this point.
Yeah.
Versus I feel like if I'm scripting it first, it's like I could end up animating something and then have to go and edit the script. Whereas if I'm animating, I can just be like, I know what I'm going to say. So I do all the animations and all that, and then I go and script it, and usually they're all fully scripted out with a little bit of room for any extra improv stuff that I might add in. I try and add a couple jokes in here and there, but overall it's meant to be informational, right?
Yeah.
I think you just, sorry to interrupt. I think you just answered my next question, which was, in your guides, are you more focused on explaining raid mechanics in a way that's more entertaining or more easy to understand?
Yeah. If you go and watch one of Ms. Tech's guides, you'll see that she's cracking some jokes in there sometimes, and I don't like to do that too much because it's meant to be informative. If I can get a couple in there that aren't distracting, go for it. But it's not the goal of the content to be super entertaining to watch. It's meant to be like, you watch this, you know what you're doing. Opposed to, you watch this, wait, was that a joke? Was that this? Was that that? Yeah.
Although I actually do find like the setup of your content and like just the artisticness of it all, like the diagrams and just the way you put everything together is entertaining in its own. In
Yeah, I
itself.
try and put as much effort into the quality of it versus the entertainment value, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's not something that people are going to watch over and over again because of the hilarious joke I made, right? It's something people are going to watch to learn the fight, and then they're going to go do the fight, and
Yeah.
and that's perfectly fine with me. I have no issues with that. If I want to make interesting content or entertaining content, I'll go and do a map party and gamble through the
Yeah.
through the coffers. Yeah.
Honestly, like it sounds like a lot of work. Just the creative process that you've just described, it sounds like a lot of work, and
Heaps.
I
Yeah.
think you should be.
I don't get a lot of sleep.
I can imagine, honestly.
When it comes time, I have really high stress and productivity periods, right? Where it's like raid releases, I got to go in and do the raid because that's what I actually want to do.
Yeah.
And then as soon as I clear it on like day one, I'm like, all right, it's 11 p.m. I am now working till
Oh no!
high productivity environment.
Oh.
That's why in some of my guys I sound tired because I was recording at 6 a.m.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's impressive.
Yeah.
I love that.
And then by the time it like renders and it's uploading, it's like 11 a.m. All right, I'm gonna sleep now.
Now it's bedtime. Yeah.
Yeah, I go to sleep once it's published, and then I wake up and we read all the hate comments.
No.
I'm joking.
Oh,
I don't get that many.
that's good.
Yeah. No, your videos are great, and you should be really proud of what you put out. It's really helpful.
That's
Yeah, I don't think I used to be very much. I think there was a bit of, I don't know, I wouldn't call it imposter syndrome, but maybe self-confidence, maybe. I used to kind of hate myself. I'm like, oh, other people are doing so much better than me or whatever. I'm kind of happy with where I am. I think
That's
it's all good.
awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great.
I can look back at my old stuff and be like, could have done much better with that one. And then I watch my latest stuff, I'm like, yeah, that's pretty good. I'm happy with that one.
Yeah. It's fantastic, man. I'm glad you're able to look back and reflect like that now.
Yeah, I think that's an important thing for any content creator, really, to look back and see your growth. Yeah. Because if you look back like 2 years and you're like, I have not changed, there might be a there might be a problem. I think everyone should be striving to improve. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely.
For sure. Alrighty. It's time to play our next game, This or That. Toast, do you have that ready?
I do. I have a list of things for you to choose between. What would you rather, I believe, is the gist of the game. Out of two options, would you prefer this or would you prefer that? And preferably a little explanation of why. So to make it nice and easy and a bit of a warm-up, the first one on my list is Coke or Pepsi?
Ooh, I actually do like Pepsi a little bit more. I'm not sure why. Some people might find that weird. But I always used to drink Coke more often. Yeah. I never really had Pepsi. And then when I had Pepsi, I was like, all right, I kind of like Pepsi.
Oh, all right.
It just kind of hit. Maybe it's a little bit sweeter, although I don't usually like sweet things, but I don't know. It just hits.
Okay. Interesting. Yeah.
I'm a Coke.
Juice?
I'm a Coke guy. That sounds so weird. I'm a Coke fan.
Yeah, if you said Coke or
drinks, juice.
If you said Coke or like orange juice, well, orange juice, right?
Man after my own heart. Yeah, I'm not much of a soft drink person myself.
Yeah, neither.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay, all right. Well,
what about you,
this
Toast?
one. Me?
Yeah.
Look, if I had to choose between the two, probably Coke, but it'd be rather begrudgingly. I don't really like either of them.
Yeah,
that's fair.
I'm not a fan of soft drink. To me, is just the carbonation's too much. It burns. I don't understand how.
That. Yeah,
but it feels like it burns, and it's just really frustrating. I have to wait for it to go flat before I can really enjoy it.
It's like
It's so weird.
If you go like a year without drinking soft drink and then you have some, it's like it's so sweet. It's so
Yeah.
it actually just feels bad to drink. It's like
Just
ugh.
liquid sugar,
It's
you
so
know?
sugary, yeah.
Yeah, I would much prefer juice over soft drink myself,
Eh?
like you, Kobe. So.
Sure. Juice
Whoa,
definitely
whoa.
isn't full of
Sorry.
sugar or anything.
Yeah.
You're a little too sweet for me, Juicy. No,
Oh.
like, orange juice or something, you know? Like, yeah. God. Caught out. All right.
Just juice. All right, next.
Yeah. So, pineapple on pizza or pineapple off pizza?
Ooh. I do like pineapple on pizza, yeah.
Oh,
Of course, it depends on the type of pizza. You wouldn't put like pineapple on every pizza, right?
yeah.
But I do like myself a chicken supreme, you know,
Yeah.
and
Ooh.
pineapple goes hard on that. And you can't have a
Nice,
Hawaiian
nice.
pizza without pineapple, right?
True. That's what makes it a Hawaiian,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, I do not mind pineapple on pizza at all.
There you go. Legendary.
I like it. Pineapple
Yeah.
on pizza.
There are some crazy people out there that put fucking banana on pizza.
I mean, if it's like a dessert pizza, sure, but like not on like a savory pizza. No,
I'm not having it. I'm not having
No,
it.
no.
I refuse
Like,
to believe.
you can get like chocolate crepe kind of pizzas,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
It's like
Banana.
True.
Nutella.
banana, Nutella, you know, but maybe ice cream if you're feeling bold. And that's
No.
good. That's fine if you're going to put banana on that, but like not on
Meat.
a Hawaiian.
Yeah, they said they said like banana on regular pizza. I'm like, I don't know about that one.
I feel like
I'm not having
ham and banana pizza is a bad time.
Yeah, I'm not having it. I refuse to believe that anyone does that.
Yeah, me too. Okay. Well, the next one then. Tanking or healing?
Ooh.
Can we have neither?
Well, that's why I chose
No.
these two.
Tanking. Yes, tanking. Healing is the worst part of the game.
Damn.
It is. It is
Wow.
boring and bloated.
Boring
Actual
and bloated.
criticism of the game. Yeah. The fact
Okay.
that warriors can solo dungeons
It's just a good time.
just
I mean,
proves that healers are unnecessary. They need to either, first of all, they need to actually just reduce the amount of healing options that tanks do have. They need to
Yeah, okay.
let healers do something. Healers are boring because they don't have to do anything
okay.
most of the time. Even in Savage, like the current tier was cleared without healers on week 2.
Wow.
I saw that, yeah. I saw tweets about that stuff.
Without healers.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
It's optimal to do dungeons with a warrior and 3 DPS because healers are so unnecessary. And I think that's a massive problem. I do think they need to fix that.
Yeah.
I think they need to make healers heal by removing the number of OGCD healing abilities that they have. So then they have to press actual GCDs to heal and remove the amount of healing options that non-healers do. Because it makes them, wholly unnecessary. And if you're going to make healers be pressing lots of OGCDs to heal, then they've got to have a more interesting damage rotation. Pressing like glare every 2 seconds is not interesting gameplay.
I have skills off because of that.
Yeah.
Would you? Well, I mean, I know this is a bit sidetracking there, but would you remove like the damage rotation from healers as well?
No, I wouldn't remove the damage rotation. I would. There's 2 things that they could do. They could either give healers more damage options, so it feels like they're playing the game.
Yeah.
Or they could remove the amount of healing bloat that they have, like hit bloat. So then they have to press buttons, and then at the same time they would have to remove the amount of options that non-healers have. So then healers do have to do their actual job.
Yeah, reduce the self-recovery.
Yeah.
Interesting. Very interesting.
And like, it's like, did you watch the healerless through run?
No, I didn't, but that sounds insane.
They took 3 tanks and 5 DPS, and they just had, or 5 tanks, something like that. It was like No,
Yeah.
it would have been 4-4. It was 4 tanks and 4 DPS. And they had like 3 paladins who just pressed clemency the entire time and healed all the DPS up.
Far out. Okay.
Yeah.
That's insane. Blimey. Okay. Well, Juice, tanking or healing?
Listen, I
Without pretending you haven't heard this prior discussion about why
no,
healing's not so
I
great.
get it. I totally get it. I totally get it. For me, this is a me thing. Tanking, I don't like getting aggro. It scares me. Like just
Yep.
being like focused on by the boss and mobs and stuff. Like I freak out. So I'd rather heal.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Fair.
I can agree with that, yeah. That's how it was when I first started tanking stuff. And it's a bit weird because I'm a bit removed from that style of playing now, where it's like, being targeted by something is a little scary. And now it's more so just like, give me aggro, please. Let me main tank, please.
Yeah.
Nice.
There you go. Well, like I am a warrior main, and probably for the reasons you described moments ago. Simply just being able to self-sustain is honestly a lot of fun, but it's also what makes you work the hardest while playing a tank. Yeah.
I really do hope that they improve on the healing side. A lot of healer mains are very, very upset with how it's going right now.
Yeah, definitely. I hope there are improvements for their sake as well. Well, we better move on to the next this or that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Metallic dyes or matte dyes?
Oh, Matt dies. Yeah.
That was quick.
Not even a contest.
That was
the Matt
quick.
dies.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. I think the metallic
okay.
dyes are they're too shiny.
Hmm.
Yeah. It's like I go to Sophia and I see Papi Chai dancing in Limsa, right? With his bright gold suit. I'm just like, all right, get me to the market board.
Turn the brightness down.
Yeah, and then I'm just like a pure white jet black kind of guy.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Expensive.
Juicy.
There's something I've noticed. So when, like, especially with new gear, like the texture on the gear, it kind of like downgrades when you dye it like a matte color.
It does, yeah.
Yeah. So I think I prefer metallic dyes because it at least adds some texture and like back into the gear.
I can see that.
Yeah.
I can see that. Yeah.
Fair.
Yeah, it's because they add a texture map for the color that it has when it's undyed, but they don't have these maps for every dye color, so it just gets removed to a base texture. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Oh,
that's cool.
Getting the technical explanation. That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I saw it on Reddit like 2 days ago.
Oh.
Nah, that's cool, man. Very cool. All right. Next question then. Do you prefer mermaids or maid mers?
Oh. What is a maid mer?
Yeah, what's a maid mer?
Well, it's a fish with the legs of a human.
Oh, right.
No. We're going with mermaids.
Mermaid. You know what?
Do we need an explanation? I don't think we do.
I'm gonna go with maid mer.
Hey.
What that mouth do though? No, I'm kidding.
What that fish mouth?
All right.
Jeez. That's good. All right. Mermaids myself. It's a fairly obvious reason. Although there have been some hilarious maid mers. I recall a gif of one. Actually, my wife drew one. If I can find the photo, I'll put it in the chat. Next question. Sandwiches or burgers?
Ooh, sandwiches or burgers? Well, yeah, it's like, is a hot dog a sandwich? Right? I would say a burger is a type of sandwich, right?
Mm.
And I'm gonna probably have to go on to the side of burgers more.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It does depend on what type of burger, but just a nice, juicy beef patty, some lettuce, tomato, mayo. I mean, you can't beat it, right? It just goes hard.
It's true.
True.
It really does.
Yeah. Opposed to like what, a ham and salad sandwich. Yeah. It's
No.
nice, but
You put that ham and salad on a bun, and suddenly it's better.
yeah, exactly right.
I don't know how, but it is.
Toast.
Juicy.
Does banh mi count as a sandwich?
Banh mi. All right, I need to Google that real quick. It's been a while since I've.
Ooh, that's a good
B-A-N-H-M-I.
question.
Yeah, look, that's kind of like a sandwich burger, you know.
Alright.
Yeah, what is that?
So
That's
what
a
is a
Vietnam-
burger?
it's-
I mean, if a burger is a sandwich, then banh mi is
Wait.
both. Like,
No. Is
it's
the
basically a
bun
sandwich on
of
sourdough, though, right?
is the bun of a banh mi cut all the way through?
No, I don't think it
No.
is.
Then
It's
it's a
not.
hot dog.
It's no. Banh mi's a hot dog. Title of the episode.
Or a sub. Could be a sub.
title of the episode: What's a hot dog and what's a burger?
Banh mi's a hot dog.
No, if banh mi, I thought banh mi would be a sandwich.
I mean, it looks like a sandwich.
Yeah,
Is Subway a sandwich? They do make sandwiches. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a sandwich.
Aren't they
Then
called, like,
banh mi is
foot-long
probably a sandwich.
sandwiches or something like that?
Yeah.
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 A sub
Yeah, that banh mi would be a sandwich then, yeah.
sub sandwich.
I think even though I probably eat burgers more, I think I prefer sandwiches, specifically
Whoa.
banh mi's.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair. Most, I'd say, like, the main difference between a burger and a sandwich is generally how the patty is cooked.
Yep.
Oh, there is a good point there, though. It's that
so you put
a bad sandwich is generally better than a bad burger. Like, if
That's
you go to
true.
Macca's and you get like a $1 cheeseburger, you're having a bad time. You're just not. That is not enjoyable at all.
Yeah.
But
Mm.
a good burger probably beats out the best sandwich because it's just, you get that right feeling. It just goes, yeah.
True.
It's good. It's
I-
just right.
I have a thing for McDonald's cheeseburgers though, but like I understand like it's kind of shit. But one way for me to make it better is just put on some what do you call it? That hot sauce. What's that hot sauce called? It's
There's
really
lots of
popular.
there's lots of hot sauces.
It's really popular.
Peri peri.
Tabasco.
Oh, Tabasco.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love that. It's like vinegary hot sauce. Put that on the cheeseburger. It's really good.
Yeah, I can see it. Yeah.
Mm.
Then it wouldn't be a cheeseburger anymore. It'd be a Tabasco burger.
Tabasco burger.
The hot spicy cheeseburger. Yeah, there you go.
Hot and spicy cheeseburger. Yeah, okay.
They'd probably have 2 chilies on the menu. Yeah.
Look, I'm more partial to a burger than I am a sandwich, but a good toasted sandwich is honestly
Yum.
where it's at.
It does. Yeah.
Yeah.
There are definitely goods and bads in both categories. Yeah.
Oh, 100%. 100%. Okay. Next question for you. Would you hats or beanies?
Wide category there.
Can I answer
Covering
first?
your head. Okay.
Can I answer
Go on,
first?
Juice. Say beanie. Say beanie.
No.
Oh.
Hats for me.
Hats?
No.
Yeah.
My face shape does not suit beanies. I've always wanted to wear beanies, and like pull it off, but no, it doesn't work. For
I was
me.
about to say you were wearing a beanie hat the first time I met you, but I think it was a Moogle hat,
Yeah, it was a Moogle
If-
hat.
which
yeah.
is basically a beanie.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
If I was going to wear a hat, it would have to be like a cap, right?
Yeah.
That would be my preferred choice of hat. But if I don't have that as part of the question, then it's beanie. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Okay, that's fair. I mean, what is it about hats that people just find so like I don't know,
Convenient for bad hair days.
off-putting.
Oh, off-putting. I
Yeah,
think.
well, I mean, I don't see people wearing hats as much anymore. There was like a great snapback revolution a good 5-10 years ago, and now there's like nothing.
Nah, I don't wear those kind of.
Snapbacks aren't cool anymore.
I don't wear like snapbacks, like the flat caps. I don't wear those. I wear like the one that's a bit curved. Baseball
yeah.
caps.
Baseball
yeah.
caps,
I wear those.
Yeah, I mean, those are kind of timeless, I suppose.
Good for like bad hair days, or like just when you have messy
Yeah,
hair.
my hair's like getting all long now, so I need like a cap to keep the hair out of my face.
Yeah, okay.
And if I don't have access to one of those, I just chuck a beanie on and cover the whole thing up.
All right, fair.
Yeah.
Well,
Was that the
next,
last one?
I have one more.
Okay.
Yeah, one last one. If you're at the movies and you get asked where do you want to sit, do you choose the back or the middle?
Ooh, this is a great question.
I picked the front. No, so I'm sorry, I'm not a serial killer.
Just look
Not all
up.
of us have flexible necks.
Look
Oh my
up
god!
the whole time.
No,
this
anyone
one time
that
I got forced to sit in the front row because it was the only seat available, and I walked out because I just couldn't do it.
Yeah, anyone that willingly sits at the front is probably they're on a watch list somewhere, right? It's bad. It's a bad time.
100%.
Middle always.
Middle,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah, but it's like it has to be like the chair pretty much like next to the aisle as well.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want an
and-
aisle seat in the middle?
Yeah, you want to be like in the middle-ish row, like one of the middle 3 rows, and on the aisle seat, right? Otherwise, if those rows are kind of taken up, I'll sit at the back. It's fine. Anywhere at the back is fine, except like far left, far right. You don't want to be there.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm the same.
Yeah, you sit in the middle too?
Yep. In the middle.
Middle aisle?
Near the aisle.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
See, like, growing up, right, it was always a backseat kind of deal for me and mine. And it still kind of is. Because my wife, Effie, she just loves the back. We always go middle back. But what I've found lately, and from a short stint as a sound man, is that the back row is usually the worst row for hearing what's being said.
Yeah.
I can't hear without my subtitles. And unfortunately, cinemas don't usually come with subtitles.
Yeah, it's like I can't see what they're saying.
Exactly. So in the middle row, the sound is usually mixed a lot better for the room's acoustics than it is at like the back, and you get the full note of whatever's being said. Rather, where at the back you kind of just get the highs or just the lows, depending on what's overpowering, and it's really frustrating.
Yeah, that is a good question that maybe you are able to answer. But are movies mixed with that in mind to make the middle the best overall sound quality?
I would
they
imagine
probably
so.
are, right?
Probably.
Yeah.
I would guess so. So my short stint as a sound man was at a church, and for the church, the best sound was like the middle because that's where most people would sit. And so you'd mix it from like the middle, and then if you were like at the back, it would be very bassy because the bass just somehow travels further. But if you're at the front, it gets a bit tinny. So it's very similar in a movie theater where the basses, because the speakers are like usually at the back with the heavy notes, just sort of overpower most other things. And if it's a really quiet scene and there's like a monster banging on a wall or something, you can't hear them whispering. So it's just, I think the middle is probably the best way to go mechanically if you're to enjoy a movie.
Yeah. If you want to go deaf, sit at the front.
Yeah.
What if you were at a movie all by yourself? Like you're the only one. Where would you sit? Still in the middle?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Same spot. Yeah.
Middle, smack bang.
For
no
me-
one else is there. Middle, feet up.
For me, if I was the only person in the cinema, I'd sit at the very back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I get a little paranoid if, like, I don't know. It's like
You don't want anyone sitting behind you that you're not aware of?
sort of.
I feel like I would be more paranoid if I wasn't like in the direct middle, if I was there with only me in the theater, because it's like anyone could come from anywhere. I have the most options.
Yeah, true. You got to prep your escape.
Yeah.
Now, if I get murdered in this theater, I gotta go that way or that
It's
way.
Oh my god.
Front right. I'm going right there.
Yeah, Kobe's
Got my
next raid
X
video:
plan.
how to escape the theater.
Yeah. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Kobe's Classroom, the visual guide for the theater savage.
Well, that's all I've got for this or that today.
Sweet. Thanks, Toasty.
Thank you.
Okay.
I feel like I'm a little more turned off by the back though, because the cinema in my hometown, I feel like the seats at the back are just too high up, and I'm looking down at the screen.
Yeah, that's fair. That's a fairly
Yeah.
common
That's
problem.
common. Yeah.
Opposed to like being at the front where you're looking all the way up and looking down a bit. It feels weird.
Yeah, the theaters that have a smaller budget generally have worse mixes, which is where the middle is probably better. But if you're like an IMAX at Hoyts or whatever you want to call them in New Zealand, like those are perfect just about wherever you sit.
Yeah, my first IMAX experience, I was like, shit. I've been missing out.
Yeah, for sure. Generally, I think for a smaller cinema, the middle is usually best sound.
Yeah.
Or at least 1 to 2 rows from the back.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Thanks, Toast.
No, that's okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Kobe, outside of Final Fantasy XIV, what are some other games that you love playing?
Let's see. Well, before the podcast, I was saying, was it before? Anyway, earlier I was saying, I've been playing Yakuza lately, right?
Wow.
I bought the first 8 games on sale because Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii came out, like 2 weeks ago or so, maybe a little bit longer than that. But I'm planning on going through, and as I was saying earlier, I'm a bit of a completionist, so I'm going through and trying to 100% all those games, and then eventually make my way towards the newest one. That.
Yeah.
Then I've been playing Balatro lately as well.
Ooh.
We all love a little bit of Balatro. Metaphor Refantasio. Great game too. And then Monster Hunter Wilds came out like 2 weeks ago, and I've been grinding that. Let's see.
I've also put too much time into Monster Hunter.
Yeah. The game's been out for 2 weeks, and I have like 6 hours played.
Yeah, don't ask me about mine.
Have you played WoW, World of Warcraft?
I've been playing WoW recently.
Oh.
I did try to get into it ages ago, but never really got very far. But then January this year, I picked it up to give it a go because as I get more into creating content, I think it's important to get a perspective on how other MMOs are doing, what they do well, what they don't do great, so I can see what Final Fantasy is doing well and what's not doing well as well.
Yeah.
So
have you raided WoW yet?
Yeah, so I did the normal raids of the last tier like 2 weeks before the end of it, and then the new tier came out literally 2 weeks ago.
What are your thoughts on raiding in WoW?
I'm enjoying it a lot. It's very different, but for what it is enjoyable for me. A lot of like high-end WoW players are like super against certain parts of it. I haven't had to experience that yet because I'm so new, but I feel like if I played it more, I'd be like, maybe on their side. We'll see.
In the future, we're gonna get some Kobe Classroom for WoW.
I was thinking about it. I am thinking about it. I've been writing some programs to get some assets. I'll say that much.
Nice.
Maybe, but I'm not good enough at the game yet to really have a strong opinion on anything. Right?
Yeah, fair enough.
I definitely need a lot more experience, but I'm thinking of going into like my first heroic raid like tomorrow, which is I think you would call it the equivalent of Savage, right? I think it's probably a bit easier than Savage, but I haven't gone in, so I can't really comment too much on that, but that's probably where I would put it based on the knowledge I do have.
Yep.
And then I've just been running Mythic Pluses, and a lot of upset about this, but I've been enjoying it a lot. I think it's a really, really good system for what it is.
Okay.
And I would really like it if Final Fantasy did a Mythic Plus type system. Yeah, they might have tried to do that with Criterion, but Criterion is not like Mythic Plus at all.
Is
So if that's what they were going
what-
for, they missed the mark.
Sorry,
completely.
what is Mythic Plus, real quick? Because
So
I haven't played WoW in like
Yeah.
10 years.
Mythic Plus, in a sense, is they take dungeons, some are in the new expansion, and some are older, and they add new mechanics to the bosses and the trash mobs, right? And you start at Mythic 0, and then if you beat Mythic 0 for the dungeon, you get a keystone. The keystone starts at +2, and then when you beat the +2, you get a upgrade to your keystone depending on how fast you beat the dungeon. And then the higher tier you go up to, the harder the enemies hit, the more damage they deal, and you get like extra affixes, like every so often some orbs will drop that you have to soak to get a buff to let you deal more damage, and then at like +7 the enemies will get 50% more HP or whatever, so it takes longer to do. So you need better gear and planning with your team to be able to handle these things. And so if they did that in Final Fantasy XIV, they could take like Sastasha and Copperbell mines, right? These really old dungeons, and put them into like a different piece of content where the bosses have some new abilities and the enemies hit harder, so you can't just brain off your way through these dungeons. And it could be a different way of earning gear or tomestones or whatever. But the end goal overall is to kind of push it as far as you can see what tier you get up to. Like the highest tier in Mythic Plus is, I believe, 30.
Wow.
But the highest tier of rewards you get stops at 15. So if you're going for max reward, 15. So 30 is like the maximum limit. And I don't think I'll be doing anything close to that anytime soon.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Cool.
It basically lets them take these old parts of the game that no one interacts with anymore, and then rehash it in a new way, so they can save dev time on producing new stuff, and just take some old stuff, add a little bit extra to it to give people time to play through these things again. Yeah.
Would you say
Okay.
that's
Think
like
of it like
Unreal?
Unreal, but adding extra mechanics. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Unreals are literally just the old piece of content scaled up to 100. There's no difference in how it goes at all. But a Mythic Plus Unreal would be they add new mechanics, and then you would be able to scale it up higher and higher, and it would deal more damage and have more health. Yeah.
Have you tried Delves yet? Their new system and WoW?
I have been doing a lot of delves, yeah.
What do you think is the closest thing we have in Final Fantasy to that?
Deep Dungeons, I would say, is the closest, although they're still wildly different, I guess. There is no one-to-one comparison at all, but it is like a mini dungeon that you go into, and then you have small set objectives that you do, and at the end of it, you get a reward. And then the higher tier you go up to, the better the reward you get.
Yeah.
Sounds fun. I actually heard a lot of good things about Delves when it was introduced.
I have been grinding them out a bit. I have every single Delve achievement, and I've been playing for 2 months.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Yeah, there was a mount, guys. Come on, I needed my mount.
Gotta do it for the mount. Those WoW mounts are tasty.
But it was kind of an ugly mount. I didn't know until I got it, and I'm like, I'm using this thing.
It's too late.
Yeah, but
Cool.
yeah. At the moment, I'm running like Delve tier 8s, which is like the first hard one, I would say. They only go up to tier 11, though.
Yeah.
But at tier 8, you can start getting the heroic crest, and then at tier 9, you can start getting the mythic crests, which is their highest tier difficulty. Mythic. Yeah.
Gotcha. Nice.
Nice. I actually have been thinking about trying WoW again because of the new housing stuff they were adding to the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm excited for that.
What a What a day when WoW is able to just come out and be like, yeah, so we're doing housing and it's better.
It's so true. Yeah.
My goodness.
Alrighty. So
Although I don't think any Final Fantasy XIV housing enthusiasts are going to go to WoW for the housing. To be honest, I don't see it happening.
I mean,
So maybe Juice.
me.
Yeah,
Sure.
but
Yeah, not
from
most. Not most.
Yeah.
from what I've seen, it can definitely attract some people, but I think it works a bit too differently. It depends on what you're after in housing, really.
Yeah.
But if you're just going there for the housing, I can't imagine people staying around. Yeah.
Yeah. I actually used to play WoW back in the day, and I enjoy WoW. I think going back for the housing, because it's something that was kind of was expected for garrisons.
Yeah.
And we didn't really get what we were expecting. So yeah, no, I just wanted to give it a try when it comes out next expansion.
It'll definitely be worth a try. Yeah.
And I think this I think FF housing enthusiasts may have like a, I don't know, like maybe a loyalty mentality. Like, I can't try WoW because I'm playing FF and
Put thousands of hours in acquiring all the furniture I have. There's no way.
I think it's definitely worth going and checking out, and then demanding Square Enix do better. To be honest.
Oh, for sure.
Like the game and its systems will not get better if people don't start asking for it and just saying this is a problem and you can do better.
Yeah,
I think housing in Final Fantasy has been in a bad state for quite a while, and they can do much better.
Yeah.
There's always room to improve in housing in FF, especially with the furniture placements. Because I've seen the videos of WoW's one. You can like scale it, make it bigger and smaller. You can float it. You can
you can X, Y, Z axis. You can just drag around.
Yeah, like things like that. Like this, you can in FF14. These like limitations, and some things like floating, you have to depend on black magic.
You have to get like a partition and do some stuff with certain things, and so then people made plugins to do it for them because the in-game systems for doing it just don't work.
Yeah. I think trying WoW and just seeing seeing how it is, and then maybe voicing your opinions on how it can improve, how your experience in WoW can help improve Final Fantasy XIV in a similar way would be
a lot of early Final Fantasy XIV, like Aroma Born, was inspired from WoW.
Yeah.
I remember seeing an interview with Yoshi P about that like years and years ago when he was talking about
it was inspired by Cataclysm.
Cataclysm, right? So it's definitely, if other games do come out with good systems that work and are fun and exciting, then there's definitely room for them to draw inspiration from that again.
I think
so it's a good thing.
Blizzard is at their best when they copy things that other people do and then make it better. And I think that Square Enix and the dev team can definitely take a page out of that book and just go play some other MMOs for a bit, even the player base as well. Go play some other MMOs for a little bit, see what they do, see what you like about it, and say, we could have this too.
100%.
Like the glamour system in 14, it's atrocious, right? It's so bad. It's so bad.
You reckon?
It's one of probably the number one thing, call it number two thing, which I think needs to be better. They keep band-aiding it without actually fixing it.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, did you see in patch 7.2 they're adding a new dye? Metallic dye? Metallic cobalt.
Really?
Cobalt green, I think.
Whoa.
Yeah.
If you remember, I think it was in 7.1 when they did the little outfit glamour thing, where you get all the pieces of a glamour. Yeah. That's a band-aid again. It's a band-aid again, right?
It is a band-aid.
It's a step forward in the right direction, but it is just a band-aid instead of reworking the system to allow you to just collect each glamour right?
Yeah.
I remember talking about this with someone on Discord like 2 days ago, like how in WoW you can just unlock a gear
Just from obtaining the
from
item.
obtaining it, and
Yeah.
it like applies to your entire account. Like all your characters has that
Yeah.
look.
That's how pretty much every single MMO other than Final Fantasy does it.
That's cool and all, but unfortunately, like Final Fantasy's glamours are also intrinsically tied to the economy. Like all the items that you put in your glamour chest, generally, are items that can be bought or made on the market board. And if you start making it like in an account-wide transmog unlock, then suddenly all the value is gone.
That's yeah.
Then the rewards and the loot is no longer worth as much as it could be, and people have less motivation to farm for it. So it's a struggle.
Final Fantasy already has no account-wide stuff really anyway, right? So it's not like glamour has to be account-wide, even though maybe it would be better if it was, maybe it wouldn't, right? But having a system where you just like get the piece of gear from like a dungeon or whatever, and then you can just apply it that without having to go and go to your glamour dresser, put it in. You have limited space. Yeah, it's a whole thing.
I'm glad like at least some Mog Station things are account wide, like mounts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True that. Ooh.
But outfits, still not account wide.
Yeah.
That is what it is.
I think everything on the Mog Station should be account wide.
It should be. Unfortunately, the event stuff isn't, and I kind of get why. But at the same time, it sucks.
Yeah. Alrighty. Next question. With your background in computer science, I assume you have some coding experience. So, do you have any cool ideas that you thought of for Final Fantasy XIV where you can apply like your knowledge, and you just haven't gone around to jump starting?
Yes, I have some that I have started, and anyone in development knows that you start a project and never finish it, right? I have plenty of projects that I've started and then just never ended up finishing. Like, I was making a website for fishing where you'd be able to go and select like the region and then the map and then find like all the fishing spots in that map and all the fish they have there and the preferred baits for all the fish.
That'd be cool.
And then I found a website that already did that when I was like half done.
Yeah, that's the struggle. Trying to make something new.
Yeah, and then I have a bunch of other smaller projects that are kind of sitting on the wayside that I can't really talk about. And then I am planning, in the very, very early stages of planning like a raid planner type thing. For me to kind of use to make my videos, right? But I could technically distribute instead of using the programs that I do currently use. It would be more customizable for what I need it to do.
That's
okay.
Cool.
Even though Square Enix is kind of making one available in 7.3, although it's very different to what I.
Interesting. Toast, if you can. Sorry, are you going to say something?
No, it's all good.
If you just assume if you had, I think maybe you do have coding experience. I've seen you stream coding before.
Yeah.
Very... If you had an idea, to apply, your experience with coding to make something for Final Fantasy XIV, what would it be?
I could make something for Final Fantasy XIV.
Yeah.
Honestly, I have no idea.
Any tool that you would use for your everyday gaming?
Oh, geez. Look, there are lots of things that a tool would probably make easier, but they already exist and I don't use them anyway. So okay. I have no idea what I would make if I could.
You know what I would make?
I'd make a dating app.
Question. No, I'm kidding.
A dating app? Oh,
Isn't
okay.
there already a Discord for that? I'm pretty sure there's a Discord for that.
I'm going to make a Materia dating app. Materia Tinder, let's go. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, make apps for a time zone. We'll have like a whole GTA style smartphone system.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy.
We do have the Materia rating website that I do some dev work on here and there as well. Yeah, and then you guys know the Materia directory website as well.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I've done a little bit of work on that one too. Like
Oh,
these
awesome.
are some stuff that I've worked on slightly.
That's cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that. I actually saw the website and it had like a list of communities, creators, and yeah, I think it's a really helpful tool.
Is this
for
the one
Materia.
that Edion Veils is working on?
No, that's different. That's XIV directory.
Oh, there's so many
Yeah.
directories.
This
Yeah,
one's
he
more
does
specific to Materia.
Glamour collection.
Oh,
yeah.
Eorzea collection.
Oh,
Yeah.
he's doing another one.
Yeah, he's got that directory
Oh.
as well as it's like a community directory, I think.
Yeah, it's the same thing as Materia directory, but it's directory, but it's a bit more global.
Oh, I'm thinking of
Right.
okay, no, I'm getting mixed up now. So Materia directory was the Google spreadsheet, wasn't it?
It's a website
At one
too.
point.
It,
a website?
it was
Oh.
a spreadsheet that we turned into a website. Yeah.
Oh, geez, I've been living under a rock. I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah, you can do material.directory.
There it is. Oh, that's heaps cool.
Yeah. Yeah, if
Wow.
you see the little
Your
if you
rating.
see the little like
Oh, yeah.
Discord and website links next to the resources, that was all me.
Hey, there's a JJammin one on there, but
Yeah.
the logo looks funky.
Oh, that's a
yeah.
Valentine's Day logo. Whoopsie.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Community channels, streamers, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
very
think
Juicy.
the next update for that one I think I'm going to do is like put the live streamers at the top of the channels list,
Hey,
so you can
sweet.
see the people who are currently live
Mm,
I wondered-
on top.
that's cool. Yeah. It's like the
That's mad.
Materia team that we have
I'm
on
on
Twitch.
there.
Yeah.
Materia is mad. Yeah. That's actually really cool. I like this.
Yeah.
It's a shame it's alphabetical. Don't pick a name starting with Z, guys. You'll be at the bottom.
Oh.
That's cool. That's really sick. I'm going to put a link to that. Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
very cool.
Yep.
I already have. Anyway.
Right. Okay,
Love
so
it.
let's play the next game, Toast. Guess the sound.
Hell yeah,
So-
guess the sound. Okay, so I was informed that guess the sound would be making a bunch of noises or tapping on devices for you to try and guess what the sound is. So I have a number of sounds to make.
It's like
if they'll work, but we'll see how we go.
It's like what do they call it? Like a Foley
Nice.
engineer? Those guys that
yeah.
stomp in mud and you're like, yeah, this is the sound of me waking up.
It's not quite that interpretive. I mean, I have very minimal Foley experience myself. I recorded myself crunching a piece of toast for my game.
I love watching the videos where those people do that though, right? Like they crack a piece of lettuce and they're like, yeah, this is a car door. It's like, all right, sure.
sure. If that's what you want to call it. Yeah. No. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, the first sound I have for you. I hope it comes through the microphone.
Mm-hmm. Oh my god.
Oh. I'll tell you what that sounds like. That sounds like when I remove my phone from its case. It's either that or you put your finger in your cheek and you popped it out.
Yeah, okay. You got me.
Damn,
Yep.
really? Damn.
That was
Let's
so
go.
accurate. Yeah, that was my finger in my cheek. So
I thought it was you opening a lid.
no, that was my finger.
Damn.
I practiced that
Let's
one a lot,
go.
you know. All right. Okay. What else have I got? I want of these.
All right, that was literally anything.
Try again.
It's so ambiguous.
That sounds like you're just slapping your lap.
Yeah,
I'm not. I promise.
That was the sound of me punching my pillow.
One more time.
Yep.
All right, that is a book closing.
It's close. It's a deck
Ooh.
box.
It's a what, sorry?
It's a deck box for Magic cards.
Oh.
You're gonna get the Final Fantasy Magic
Oh,
cards.
bro, I've got hundreds of dollars on order. Don't you worry. I am very keen.
Nice.
Oh.
That is a magic card pack.
100% right. Oh, can you at least guess the set?
Nope, I don't play Magic.
Yeah, that's fair. See, I made it too easy for you there. All right.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. What about this next one? Didn't work. Hang on.
That was
So
all right.
funny.
So that you flicking your cheek to make
Oh,
the raindrop
damn it.
sound?
Yeah,
Let's go.
yeah.
Bro, I thought it was a water bottle.
Yeah.
Juice likes his water bottles.
I remember everyone doing that in primary school, like doing that all day.
Yeah, okay. All right. Man's been there in the trenches.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Oh.
Is that a Game Boy Color starting up
Ooh.
with the sound of? That is a Game Boy. No, it's a DSi. What am I on? It's a DSi booting up.
It's a Game Boy Advance.
One of the two. There we go. Game Boy
You're
Advance.
halfway there. You're the generation in the
That's
middle.
pretty close. Yeah.
I was pretty darn close. All right. Flip. Okay. Oh, what else have I got? Oh.
I had to reach back in the trenches of my mind for that one.
Rose
I had a
scraping-
Game Boy. I had a Game Boy Advance when I was 2.
Scraping the neurons. Wow.
Alright, so you just took out the trash.
No, that wasn't the trash.
That's my grandma's cookie tin.
Yeah, look, that's close enough. I'll give you that. It's an Oreo tin.
Holy shit. Toby,
Oh,
you're
no.
actually so good at this. What the
How-
heck?
What? Bro, where's that camera? What? There's got to be a camera in this room somewhere.
I'm in your walls. Yeah.
He's in my walls. You'll never get this next one.
Alright.
Oh.
That. Why do I feel like I know what that is? Oh, it could be so many things, but alright, so first of all, I was going to say it's like the sound a stapler makes when you lift it up and then you drop it down. Like that's probably not it.
Oh my god.
I don't think I'm going to.
Is this stapling gun?
Nope.
No.
I don't think I'm going to get this one.
Oh, is it like an exercise thing?
Nope.
Nope. Oh. What the heck is this?
I'm proud of this one. This is great. You finally can't get it.
Oh. Yeah, it is shooting something.
It
Or
sounds
trying
springy.
to anyway. Yeah, it sounds almost like a BB gun sort of thing, but it's not, is it?
No, it's not. You guys are going to kick
No.
yourselves when you find out what it is.
Yeah. The sound is familiar. It's like a pogo stick.
Not a pogo stick.
Damn.
Oh my god. What the fuck?
Alright.
What is
That was a jackhammer. Yeah.
It is actually a toaster.
Oh!
It is a toaster.
Yeah.
God. It literally is a toaster. Yeah.
Literally a toaster.
Damn.
Who else would have a toaster in their room?
Yeah. Is that the razor toaster? Is that
It's
one?
a toaster with a razor sticker.
Yeah, there you go.
Close enough. Oh, jeez. All right. What else have we got? Yeah, look, that's about it for Foley effects. I mean, I got
Nice.
your classic.
Keyboard.
That's a
That was a
PlayStation
deck of
5
cards.
controller, but anyway, deck of cards. Ooh.
Yeah.
That was fun. That was actually so fun.
Yeah,
I did pretty well.
All right.
Nearly got all of them.
you
Nearly.
fucking nailed it. What are you talking about?
Yeah, that was
And it's
so
like
good.
2. Yeah.
How did you get all that? That's incredible.
Okay, we have about 6 questions before we wrap up the episode.
Easy
So
peasy.
Kirby, Do you think raiding in Final Fantasy XIV is in a good place at the moment? And if not, what do you think would be a good change and why?
I think it is. There's two parts to that question. Two parts to the answer, really. I think design-wise, all the fights they've put out in Dawn Trail are really good. The best they've done in a long time. Yep. I like every single one of the Dawn Trail fights. Without question. And Chaotic. I loved Chaotic. A lot of people started to hate it. I like it a lot. But balance-wise, it's not great. I already talked extensively about like the healer problem in the game earlier, right? So we don't need to recover that.
Mhm.
That is kind of the biggest problem with raiding right now. Just the balance between the holy trinity of tanks, DPS, and healers.
Yep.
Yep. Some people harp on about like Pictomancer is broken and whatnot. It's a specific problem for Fru. They did balance it for other fights, although it's still top 3 DPS always, right? So balance is kind of a problem, and they can do a lot more. Yeah, so the way that Fru and Ultimates in general work is you do a couple mechanics and then you have downtime to do harder mechanics, right? Where you really have to focus on the mechanic because a lot of things versus something where not much is happening and you're able to hit the boss, right?
Yeah.
And Pictomancer gains like 32% DPS during downtime phases because they're able to paint their motifs, which just gains them DPS, whereas other jobs like Summoner can't do that. And Summoner is essentially they are unable to play that fight, pretty much.
Yeah.
If you're a Summoner player going to free, you are going to have a very bad time. And I do think that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Kind of. I don't really have a problem, so to speak, of some jobs just being better. But I am a proponent of every job should be able to do the fight. Yeah. And while they can do the fight, it is so much harder for Summoner. And it boils down to their 1 minute, their Bahamut and Phoenix, not being able to be used without a target. So 32 seconds into the first phase, you go into downtime, and it lasts for 43 seconds, so your 1 minute is off by like 15 seconds.
Oh.
And it's just off for the next 10 minutes of the fight. You can't get it back on the 2 minute window. And because 2 minutes is so essential to dealing damage, you're screwed for just a large chunk of the fight.
Yeah.
And Bard would be in the same boat in that fight if they didn't make the change in the same patch where Bards are able to use their songs without a target, right? If you guys remember, Bards used to need a target to use their songs, and because they need to have a specific set of songs used by the 2 minutes and have that going throughout the entire fight, or they just lose out. If you have downtime, they're doomed, and they would be in the exact same boat. So they either need to change how some jobs work like that, like let people use these abilities without a target so that it is on cooldown and able to be up when you need it up. Or they need to... Actually, no, that's actually kind of just what they have to do. Yeah. And then they said they're going to nerf Pictomancer, which is good, because it does need a nerf. But it doesn't need too big of a nerf. It's fairly balanced. It's just in these downtime fights they gain so much DPS opposed to other jobs which lose so much. Yeah. And then you have things like, you guys see the new Black Mage changes?
I have not.
Not yet.
The entire Black Mage community is destroyed right now. They're up in flames. They're also upset about them. They're making the job so much easier to play, which
they're simplifying it. Right.
Yeah, a lot. It's basically going to have the complexity of White Mage.
Okay.
which is not what people play Black Mage for.
Mm.
And they've done this with a lot of jobs over the years as well. Like Monk keeps getting reworked every expansion, and Dawn Trail is the easiest Monk has ever been. And I know a lot of Monk players are unhappy with that. They wish that they could go back to a time when Monk was a bit more skill based, or they had that skill expression that it's like, yeah, I'm a really good Monk player because I put in the time to learn all the intricacies of the job versus they have one rotation that they do every single time.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I've definitely noticed that Final Fantasy and even modern games in general seem to be suffering, in a sense, from oversimplifying for the purpose of accessibility to try and bring in players and stuff. Would you say that's
I would
something you've
say
seen?
they're doing that for sure. Like, it seems like they're listening to a lot of people who don't play the job say the job is too hard, opposed to listening to the people who play the job and enjoy playing the job and be like, but maybe if this was changed a little bit, it could be a little better, right? And so then these people that aren't playing the job but want it to be easier so they can, still aren't going to play the job anyway. But they talked about this one time, like a year and a half ago, that they said one of the metrics they use to judge if something is good is the play rate of it, right? So if a piece of content is not played much, they're not going to put many resources into that because they didn't feel like it did as well as they wanted to. But the people that do that content really, really like it, right?
Yeah.
And so they could be using the same metric here, where it's like, not many people are probably playing Black Mage right now because a couple factors. Pictomancer is just better and easier to play.
Yep.
But the people that do play Black Mage really, really liked playing Black Mage, and now they're changing it for the people who weren't playing it.
Yeah.
Because they want that play rate to increase.
Yeah.
Yeah, that could be a reason for it.
Okay. Yeah. I can definitely see that.
Yeah. But it kind of uproots the whole community because they're like, well, why are you changing the thing we liked? Yeah.
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 I understand that. I think for me, as someone who doesn't really raid or savage raids, I enjoy raiding like in terms of the actual fights, like the design of the fights. I enjoy them. I
Yep.
think they're fun. Yeah.
I think they're all really good so far in Dawn Trail. Every single one I like a lot.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like Valley Armada as the first extreme, that went crazy, right?
Sure.
Like
yeah.
Mountain Fire is just such a sick mechanic where he's like blasting you and your tanks have to stand in front in the tower to protect the rest of the party. It's just such a cool mechanic to see. Just visually, all the fights have been great. Yeah,
Very fun.
thematically, it's all very fun. Yeah.
What's your go-to job for raiding?
I always play Machinist first. Even though it's not doing great in DPS right now, it doesn't really matter that much because for Savage specifically, DPS requirements aren't crazy high. So you can play job and it's fine. Perfectly fine. And I played Machinist at a high enough level where it's just mitigated. Like a good Machinist is better than a bad Bard, right?
Yeah.
So I always play Machinist. It's kind of just the job I fell in love with the most a while ago.
Nice.
And I've just stayed with it for a while. I've been playing a lot more Dancer lately, though, and that's fun too. I do play a bit of every job, but I always go back to Machinist. I told my static for the new tier, I was like, yeah, I'm going to start playing Machinist, but I'll get the crafted Dancer weapon just in case we do need to pull out a bit more damage. But I think we'll be okay.
What about you, Toast?
Me, I always go Warrior.
Warrior.
He's a Warrior main, yeah.
I am a Warrior main. I use my two
You're
brain
like,
cells, smack them together, and then I can
You just primal rend all over the place.
I just primal rend all over the place and maybe rampart once in a while.
Yeah.
When the neurons really want to go off. I'll mitigate.
I lost some damage. Better press my my heal button.
Yeah.
For me, in Shadowbringers, my main was Red Mage.
That's cool.
And in Walker, I mained Reaper, and now I main Viper.
Viper, that's my go-to melee as well. It's just fun, like when you get into your generation combo and you just bing, 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 bing.
It's so flashy.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, Reaper, very cool as well.
Yeah.
I like it.
Which tier was the most memorable for you?
I would say that Abyssos, which is the second tier of Pandemonium, was the most memorable for me. And it capped, even though like Fight 6 and 7 had a lot of haters for it, especially the tree. No one liked the tree.
Oh,
yeah, no one liked the tree. But it's all because of the 8th fight against Hephaestus and phase 2 of that fight. I mean, it's my favorite fight in the game for sure.
Nice.
Yeah, the music, White Stone Black.
Yeah.
It's great.
If you could decide what the next ultimate is going to be, what would you pick?
I don't want it yet, right? But the one I'm looking forward to the most is a Heidelin Zodiac Saga one.
Ooh, yeah.
Right, so like an ultimate of the first 5 expansion. Yeah. Encompassing that whole thing. If they do that, it'd be sick. The next one is probably going to be Shadowbringers MSQ, I'd say. Yeah. Which, I mean, you got the M itself ultimate. It's going to be good.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
But they could do almost anything. It doesn't have to be that. It could be anything. Something I was saying a while ago is like an Ultimate Alliance raid would be cool. But then after we got Chaotic, I'm like, all right, maybe we don't go further than Chaotic. It'd still be very, very cool, but it would take them a long time to design it to be in a good state. And not many people would be able to do it. So is it worth their dev time? Probably not. But if we could have it, it'd be super cool. Yeah.
Have you both cleared Chaotic?
I think I might have done an older Chaotic. Oh no, that was Unreal. No, I haven't done it. I got mixed up.
The Chaotic is the Cloud of Darkness, Alliance raid.
I haven't cleared it yet.
Did you go into it? I think you did, right? You got.
I was trying to tee it up, but it didn't work out.
Unfortunately.
Scheduling wise, I couldn't make it fit with everybody else, so I missed out, and that was understandable.
Yeah.
I think most savage rating I've done one has been the Uwu Ultimate, and then I did an Unreal Ultima when that was a thing, and that was pretty hectic. It's cool.
I tried.
Yeah, well, you've still got so you've still got a week to do the Byakuya Unreal if you haven't done it yet, and that one is actually pretty easy. Like there aren't very many any hard mechanics really, to be honest. You could definitely go and do it for sure. Yeah,
we should go do it together. I've never done it either.
It will be much easier than the next one, which is Suzaku.
Oh yeah, Suzaku is going to be a time, that's for sure.
Yeah, you can go into the Byakuya Unreal and clear in one lock for sure. Yeah.
Do you have a guide for it, Kobe?
I do, yeah. That one kind of popped off. It got like 48,000 the first week. Kind of popped off.
Damn, it's gonna be us watching it, Toast.
Yeah, Jade's we'll give him another 40,000 views.
What was I was gonna say? Oh yeah, I tried the Chaotic when it first came out, and not gonna lie, I got a little traumatized. It's like there's so many
of people do.
Yeah, so many people, and like there's so many like new mechanics. I'm like, oh my god, I don't know if I can like do this. I do want to try again at some point because I saw you had a guide out for it.
Yeah,
that's
it is. It is a lot of fun when it goes well, but when you're doing it in Party Finder and you get like 2 people messing up like at the same
Yeah.
point over and over again, it can get super frustrating.
Yeah,
But,
I have an excessive fear of using Party Finder, so I haven't done a lot of harder content because of that.
It's really good fun. I think they should improve the Alliance Raid UI a little bit for it if they do another one. Like, when you on your screen how you have the other alliances and it's just like small boxes for them.
Yep.
You should be able to see debuffs on those players. I think that would help a lot.
Okay.
To be able to see like this person has a doom because they messed up, and if you're a healer, you can use Esna to cleanse the doom. But with the current UI, you just can't.
There's no way
It's
to know.
really hard to help other alliances out. Yeah.
Okay.
Square Enix should take note.
It's just small things like that. Overall, it's like really good, but there's like small things like that.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Yeah. That's really cool.
Last 2 questions. If you could collaborate with any Final Fantasy XIV content creator, big or small, and it doesn't have to be related to raiding, who would it be, and what kind of project would you love to work on?
Good question. I guess I kind of do have a collab planned with a JP content creator because we're going to be doing a Savage together next year. Like she makes the guides over on JP, so we're going to be doing that together.
Nice.
That's cool.
But then if I had to pick one, I'm not sure who I would pick, to be honest. I don't really have an answer for that because it's like, I could go over and I guess I could like raid with Xeno and Arthur's would be cool to do, but it's not like I need to do this collab or anything. It's just like, I could do that, or I could go and do a glam contest with like Zeppler, right? Sure.
Yeah.
You should do a glam contest with Toast.
Oh hell yeah!
All right,
like,
I'll hit you up for the next one.
Yeah, I don't like have any big ideas or anything for that sort of stuff, but just every now and then I'd be like, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
What keeps you subscribed to FF14 these days?
Good questions. I have not been playing FF14 very much at all. Because I have basically done everything in the game other than, grinding out achievements. So I'm pretty much just waiting for the next patch, which is soon.
In 10 days,
which is
right?
good. Yeah. In 10 days. And that will definitely tide me over for longer. But at the moment, I am subbed, but it's just because I'm subbed.
Yeah.
I'm not actually doing anything. No.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's like I could go and do like solo Eureka Orthus again. I did do that the other day, but it's like that's just because I had nothing else I really felt to do. Like I've done through like 15 times so many weapons from that. It's just like I'm not really compelled to go and do that anymore. I could go and do some stuff in Party Finder, which I do every now and then, but it's not like I have to go and do this. It's I guess I can do that.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna wrap up the episode, so I just wanted to ask: is there anything you'd like to shout out, or anyone you'd like to shout out, or anything you'd like to promote?
I will shout out my new guides, which are coming out soon, guys. Crazy. Suzaku Unreal Guide is coming out on patch day. Yes.
Notifications
during
on.
the maintenance on patch day even. It will be out before the game is up. I'm recording it tomorrow.
That's cool.
And then, of course, we have the Savage Raids. We'll have stuff for that. And then the Cosmic Exploration. I'm probably going to make some stuff around that. And the new Expedition Zone, too. Lots of stuff coming.
Cool.
Good. Sounds great.
Cool. Alrighty. Thank you so much, Kobe, for joining us on the PRISM episode.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. It's been wonderful.
It's been great. Yeah, I learned
it was a really fun time.
A lot about you and rating and getting to know you more as a person. I had a lot of fun.
It was a great time.
Yeah. All right. We're gonna just plug a few things before we end the stream. So, just a reminder for everyone: tomorrow we have a birthday stream. Woo!
Woo! Happy birthday, Jews!
Woo! We're just gonna have a glam comp, a house tour, and I'm dropping my cover with Husky by the Geek and Rin Belmont. And then we have 80s Karaoke Night, which is happening April 4th. Then we have JJ Airlines, which is an RP event that's streamed, happening end of April. And then we have the Country Karaoke Night, which is happening on the 26th of April. We have the Materia concert, which is prepared by Toasted Banh, happening sometime in May.
Can be incredible.
We have Boulevard Queer, which is happening at the end of May. And we have Prismatica, which is happening at the end of June.
Disco Fever.
Yeah, lots of events, lots of things happening. So look forward to those events. And again, thank you so much, Kobe, for joining us today. I hope everyone had a good time listening to us yap about stuff. Yeah, I hope you had a good time too, Kobe.
It was a great time, and happy birthday as well.
Oh, thank you. All right. Thanks everyone for coming and listening.
Thanks everybody.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
See ya.